Disclaimer.
This is not, I'm not preaching, see? I'm not saying this is what you ought to do. I'm simply pointing out a state of affairs that is so. There's no moralism in this whatsoever. It's simply pointing out, like, if you put your hand into the fire, you'll get burned. You can get burned if you want to. It's okay. But if it so happens that you don't want to get burned, and you don't put your hand in the fire.
How's it going, guys? Glad to be back here. Thanks for joining us tonight. Today is Wednesday, February 24th, 2021. We're going to start off by talking about the Mr. Pool Black Swan event that is incoming, imminent. Most people have been asking me what is a black swan, so I just simply pulled it up on DuckDuckGo here, a black swan theory. Didn't even know that was actually a thing, but essentially an event that comes as a surprise. And that's kind of, I've heard that term several times before. I just didn't know it was actually a theory, but moving right along. Actually, before I go any further with any of that, I've been getting a lot of questions of people getting freaked out about XRP and Ripple being the mark of the beast. Then people have been seeing the whole Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation being partnered with Ripple and things like that. So going back to the very beginning, that's actually how I found. That's how I actually discovered it. Is I was researching into Bill Gates and what he was trying to do. He was trying to basically profit off of giving somebody a vaccine with a cryptocurrency, digital currency, basically that would attach to your DNA, and that would allow you to sell, buy, or any of that kind of stuff. However, that whole plan got totally thrown out when President Trump became elected and Hillary Clinton was not, and that whole agenda kind of went sideways on them. And obviously, you guys all know who Bill Gates is. Oh, not that Bill Gates. A little closer. There we go. That Bill Gates right there. So you guys all know that guy. So anyways, moving on. Like I said, everything's a lot different now than what it was supposed to be. Okay, guys, this next tweet comes from Ripple Riddler, and this is actually I found this really interesting because he actually had posted this early this morning before there was any news of the Federal Reserve System crashing. He just posted that. That's usually all he does is post pictures that you have to decipher, and usually they're always future events. So I found that really interesting. Moving right along over here to Gold Telegraph. Today, the entire Federal Reserve payment system crashes with banks unable to send or receive wires. Daily Mail. Well, I have zero comments, but I'm sure you all do. You are right, we do. I found this really interesting. I'm going to take some of these down here below the video, guys, so you can go back and read some of this stuff. But this guy said everything and asked a very good question. What has to happen for Ripple to replace or compete with Fedwire? Create malfunctions, announce the solution. This is it. Ripple Net is ready, and XRP is just waiting for the regulations. Be prepared. That's huge right there. They're creating a problem. This is, and don't get this wrong. I'm being very clear about this. This is definitely a planned scenario. This whole crash with the Fed. So they created a problem, and now they're going to control the reaction with mainstream media and things like that. And then I love that meme. And then they're going to do they're going to offer the solution to the problem that they created in the first place. It's pretty smart, but it's what they always do, and we seem to fall for it every time. Moving right along, here's more about that Daily Mail. I posted this one because a lot of people have been having problems with the same thing. Entire Federal Reserve payments system crashes due to operational error. They've changed this narrative 3 different times now, because now they're saying operational error, like somebody did something wrong. Before they said it was just a system problem before. It was the computer just crashed because it's old, blah, 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 or the system, not the computer. But freezing $3 trillion in daily transactions, including paychecks, tax refunds, and bill payments. This is the beginning of the hugest problem ever, which again is just this is all by design, but this is going to create a huge liquidity problem for the banks. So we're going to see some things happen pretty quickly. I found this video funny too. Judy Shelton herself posted this today. Spring, signs of spring. Yeah, she's referring to XRP for those of you that do not know who Judy Shelton is. And she also, it was kind of funny because earlier before that, she also mentions the Fed on here as well. And then she says signs of spring, because this is what they needed. This is the narrative they needed to push this forward. And spring is the time for new beginnings for XRP. If you understand any of the Masonic symbolism that Mr. C, Mr. Poole posts and things like that, the numerology, all of that, that right there that picture is worth 1,000 words, literally. And this is pretty exciting, guys. Biden's SEC pick for confirmation hearing on March 2nd. Don't worry about the whole Biden thing, because Biden's just a puppet for Trump, really. So this is still exciting to me because Gary Gensler is being nominated. Confirmation hearing on March 2nd. This is huge. We're going to get some clarity on XRP. And like I said, you guys, do not sell. If they try to get everybody out of the market, what they're going to do is they're going to try to pump this thing a little bit and get it to rise. Everyone's going to be excited, and then they're going to start to drop it. This is not a guarantee this is going to happen, but this is what I am guessing is going to happen, because this is what I see in stock markets all the time. When something goes IPO, they try to scare people out of it so the investors, the big investment firms, can make big money and the small guy gets crushed. So do the opposite of what the mainstream media is doing. When they talk about Bitcoin, know that they actually mean XRP. So, and that is a fact. So March 2nd, we're going to see some clarity. This month, the month of March, is going to be huge. And I don't even predict, honestly, XRP to jump any sooner, honestly, until about, I'm going to say March, probably the new moon, March 13th. There's some other dates that I have deciphered on March 21st, 22nd. And then no later than the first week of April. So nothing really past April 10th, I believe. But I think we'll be all settled up and done no later than April 10th with XRP. I think XRP will be, honestly, I think it's going to jump between March 21st, 22nd, and April 6th. Somewhere right in there. Those are my two real fixed dates. Everyone thinks that every time Mr. Poole or Mr. C posts something, they think that's the date of the jump, but that's not always. It's just leading to the next thing, the next piece of the puzzle, the next event, essentially. So anyways, hopefully that makes sense. Moving right along, this next tweet comes from Mr. C, Bubba Cugs. I'll be taking another break. See you guys in April when the clouds clear. Enjoy. So just a little while ago, he actually had posted that the storm starts on, what did he say? March 15th. So, and I'm not sure if the storm is going to last 10 days. I'm not really sure. But he said that the storm starts on is it March 15th. That's what he said. March 15th. And he said he was going to be gone, even though he's been posting after this. But this is also what makes me believe, too, because the end of the fiscal year is April 6th, I believe, the tax year. So I believe that also would be the year that they would implement it, or the date they would implement it. So April 6th, I believe, is one of my big dates as well. So I found that kind of interesting. Thought I'd share that with you guys. Next one is same thing, Mr. C again. Interesting narrative. Go ahead and take a listen to this, guys.
Welcome back to Fast Money. Bitcoin plunging nearly 14% in today's session, dropping below the 50,000 mark. And Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell waded into the crypto discussion during his testimony on Capitol Hill today. Take a listen.
We are the world's reserve currency, and we have a responsibility to get this right. We don't need to be the first. We need to get it right. And it does hold out the prospect of the things that you mentioned, very positive. It could help with financial inclusion as well. At the same time, you want to avoid creating things that might be destabilizing or that might draw funds away from the banking system. We have a banking system.
So what would a digital dollar mean for Bitcoin and the broader crypto space? Let's bring in our very own Bitcoin baller, Brian Kelly. Brian, good to hear from you. I kind of thought that dollars were already sort of digital. I mean, I can send you money via Venmo or PayPal or Zelle or whatever. I mean, isn't that the case right now?
Yeah, I mean, we pretty much already have a digital dollar already. I mean, how many people, if you have kids, that they never, ever use cash. Everything is going to electronic payments. So, I don't think there's really that big of a deal about a digital dollar. On the other hand, I think it would be just fantastic for Bitcoin, because what you do know is that once the Fed has a digital wallet and they can put more money in there, they will continue to print that money, and that is just the exact opposite value proposition from Bitcoin.
Oh, so you think that if the Fed actually goes ahead with the digital dollar, that would mean that they would print more money because it's just that much easier?
Yeah, I think exactly. There's two things. I mean, instead of mailing out stimulus checks, they just simply credit your wallet with more money. Alternatively, if they wanted to get you to spend that money, they put $1,400 in there, and if you don't spend it within a week, they take $100 out. And that gets you to create, that gets inflation creating, velocity, all of those type of things. Again, I think it would be really good for Bitcoin.
BK, it's Tim, first-time caller, long-time fan. And my question to you is the volatility around Bitcoin over the last few days, but maybe even the last 6 weeks, but really the moves down. Within the community of Bitcoin traders, isn't this type of a move almost perversely seen as positive? And doesn't it almost embolden, again, the core here? Because there's been so many of these runs where people have said the sky is falling, and they've been followed ultimately by higher highs. Talk about that dynamic emotionally in the sector.
Yeah, so that's really a great point, Tim, and love your work on the show here. I'll tell you what, if you look back at the 2017 bull market, you had multiple pullbacks of 30%. So this is not unusual for Bitcoin. It sounds unusual, when in the context of stocks. But for Bitcoin, this is a very natural part of what the bull market is like. And people who have held or hodled, as they call it in the Bitcoin world, through multiple cycles, understand that ultimately here you want to buy the dip. I think we're just getting started with Square buying and MicroStrategy and other S&P 500, and then as well as the institutionalization is just getting started. So I think we're in the first couple innings of this bull market cycle.
All right. BK, thanks for phoning in.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Brian Kelly. It is only Tuesday, though, and we're down, so far this week? Guy Adami, I thought it was an interesting notion that the Fed, if it had a wallet, if you had a wallet that the Fed somehow created, that it can wire you money and take away that money if you don't spend it. Used to be the opposite when I was growing up.
It's a brilliant idea from Bitcoin. Listen, I mean, if they go down that road, which who knows at this point what they're willing to do to get the desired result, but you might as well, instead of the flamethrower they're putting to the U.S. dollar now, I mean, they might as well just nuke the entire thing, because the dollar is going to get crushed on the back of that. It's just, I'm no fan of the Federal Reserve, central banks, Jerome Powell, the whole gang. But if they go down that road, I think the Bitcoin crew, and BK just spoke to it, I think they're licking their collective chops, because that would be proof positive that Bitcoin's got it right and all these central banks have it wrong. So good for BK for pointing that out, by the way.
Okay, guys, I really want to show this to you guys again because a lot of you guys have been asking me a lot lately, like, what is XRP going to be? How much is it going to be? A lot of people, even Mr. C, does not believe it's going to be over, I think, 2,000. I personally believe my low ball number is 2,000. I believe it can be worth a lot. I think it could be worth more than Bitcoin has ever been. That's my true opinion. That's not based on just my feeling. That's based on some actual math. And then not only that, after I figured out all of that math, running numbers against it, I came up with numbers of 30,000, 60,000, and upwards of 100,000 per coin. And then back then, David Schwartz came out and actually said it can't be dirt cheap. That doesn't make any sense. If XRP costs $1, they need a million XRP, which would cost $1 million. If XRP cost $1 million, they'd need 1 XRP, which would again cost $1 million. So the whole point of this is that they need a high price for the transaction fee to be cheap. Now, I'm not saying that it needs to be $1 million per coin, but $100,000 per coin actually makes a lot more sense. Not just to line my pockets. I'm saying it just makes a lot more sense financially to do transactions. If it's a cross-border, if it's made for cross-border payments, that would make a lot more sense to make the coin worth 100. I mean, they're going to be doing cross-border payments of trillions of dollars, so it's got to be at least, in my opinion, $100,000 per coin. So, which would be insane. That'd make me like a trillionaire, I think, if it really went that high. But okay, guys, I'm not going to cover all of this article, but I found it pretty interesting. Again, I'm going to link this down below in the video so you guys can cover this. This is just some really interesting statistics I found about cryptocurrency, a rising number of Americans who own crypto. 14.4% in 2019, an increase, from 2018 to 2019, that's an increase of 81% in 1 year, according to their survey. Found that pretty interesting. Americans with crypto have an average of 5,447 in coins, but the median amount of crypto in American digital wallets is just 360. Oh, okay, because that's how they pull their statistics. I get it. So I'll like I said, I'll link this down below. Some interesting stuff in this, though, you guys. I read this earlier, but ladies, better pick up the pace. 12.9 million women in America have invested in crypto, and 23.6 million men. So, ladies, let's pick up the pace. I know you are definitely smarter than us guys, that's for sure. All right, this next one comes from X Anderson back on February 20th. He looks like he posted this. I actually seen this on Kevin Cage's page on his YouTube, actually, on his YouTube channel. This is a pretty interesting video. I'm going to let you guys listen to this really quick.
Think of Ripple Labs as like a combination between a central bank and a sovereign wealth fund. It has a finite number of XRP, and it can give those out to help get the network started. If we give them all away, then they're no longer there. If they rise in value, then the company has that value on its balance sheet, and that has been very helpful for us, basically because the XRP have gone up in value. So we've been able to sponsor a number of R&D efforts with that digital currency. On the business model about how Ripple actually makes money, so if you're familiar with the company Red Hat, which takes Linux, which is an open source protocol, and helps basically package that up and train and provide support to corporations, that's very much Ripple's model. So we would help financial institutions basically adopt, integrate, use.
Okay, guys, hope that made sense. I'm going to kind of go back to the whole thing again about XRP and its cost. So when they want to transact a huge amount of money, again, if Ripple was a couple $100 or $2 or $3, they would need that much, XRP. They would need that much XRP to transact. So they would need that many just to equal up, like let's say they want to do a transaction for $1 trillion, they would need a lot more XRP to transact that type of currency, because you need something that equals the same amount to do a cross-border payment transfer. So that being said, this is why XRP is going to be valued a lot higher than people are thinking. And I'm not just daydreaming here. This is very real. And now when the Flare network comes online, this is when, and this is my prediction based on my evidence, you're going to start to see that banks will start to become irrelevant, because once the Flare network comes online, we can start loaning out our XRP tied with the Spark token, the Flare network, I think it's the Spark tokens, the FLRs. And so we can loan those out to lending institutions. This is why I say don't sell all of your XRP, because you can loan this out at profit. You can make money off this at interest. You can make money off of loaning your XRP. So do not sell all of your XRP. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is just my crazy opinion. Okay, last on our list here, guys, is Ripple. I think it's the right one. Yeah, here we go. Ripple Markets, Wyoming. They have moved to Wyoming, and I really do believe that they are going to establish themselves as a bank, and that's why they have all of the XRP in escrow, which in a sense would technically mean that all of the XRP that has been sitting in the escrow is a security and not it's not a currency. However, they've been using it as a currency, but when they change the dynamics of their business model, they can't really get in trouble for that. So I think it'll be a very smooth transition into the banking industry for XRP and Ripple, and I think they'll probably do a lot of work. What was that bank there in Wyoming, or maybe it was Colorado, Kraken? I think they'll have a lot of business intertwines with all of that. So we'll see, though. I'm not 100% certain on that, but that makes a lot of sense to me. So if you guys have any questions, definitely leave them in the comments below, and definitely take a minute, please, and give my video a thumbs up, and please subscribe to the channel. Appreciate it, guys. And for those of you guys that stayed to the very end of the video, here's a little bonus funny clip for you guys. We'll call it our moment of zen.
What are you doing?
Hello? You're kidding. Right now, it's 13%? Oh my God, I'm on it. I'm on it. Yo, get Ven right now. Get Ven right now, dude. Yeah, hop on it. Get it quick. Get it quick.
What is that? What is Ven?
Oh, it's back up. You missed it, dude. It's too late.
Missed what? What are you talking about?
Talking about crypto, bro.
Oh, okay. This is like the new gluten-free, right?
It's not the new gluten-free. It's just this new thing everyone's doing that no one fully understands yet.
Right. That's like exactly what I meant. If nobody understands it, why are you getting into it?
Oh, no. I understand it.
Oh, you get it?
Yeah, no, I totally get it.
Okay, so then what is it?
Well, it's this website with all these letter combinations, and you just kind of choose a combination that you like, put a bunch of money in, and then when you take it out, there's more money.
So it's like gambling.
Dude, it could not be further away from gambling. It's nothing. Oh shit, Ripple's down.
What does that mean?
XRP, bro. You want to make $1,000 right now?
I mean, yes.
Hand me your phone right now.
Are you sure?
I'll make you $1,000 right now.
Okay, but like don't put like a lot of money in, because I'd rather
not at all.
Start slow. Build it up.
Bam. You're in for $3K.
$3,000?
Yeah.
Of my money?
Yeah.
You just put it, that's a lot of money.
No, I know it sounds like a lot of money, but this $3K by tomorrow will be at least $4K. And that's not even taking into account, oh shit.
What?
Oh shit.
What? What just happened?
Hello? Yeah, no, I'm seeing it. Yeah, no, it's bad. It's bad. Christian just put in $3K. Sell? Now? We gotta sell.
No.
You're saying we gotta sell?
Isn't it like volatile?
We should
wait.
Now.
We should wait till it goes back up.
I'm selling. All right, sold. Whew. Got out of there quick.
So what happened? Like how much? Where's the money at?
You got about 1,000.
I made $1,000?
No, you got about $1,000 left.
You just lost $2,000 in 60 seconds?
Yeah, but what I can do right now is I can take that remaining 1,000. I can put that into another coin. I can put that into maybe LMK.
No.
SMH is looking good. JIM coin.
JIM coin. Jim coin.
Yeah, it's my new coin. It's only at 3 cents right now. Great time to get in.
You said you were gonna make me $1,000.
Well, yeah, but you never really know with this kind of thing. I mean, it's like gambling. You never really know for sure.
Then why did you sound so confident, bro?
Well, otherwise you wouldn't have bought in.
That would have been a preferable option now.